Right, what's up guys, JJ Richards here. Welcome back to another YouTube video and welcome to another UK gym tour. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit excited about this one because we've literally travelled 3.5 hours all the way to Liverpool to train at the famous Prophecy Performance Centre. So this gym is actually owned by IFBB Pro Nathan the ASHA, and if you don't know who he is, just unsubscribe to my channel and stop watching because he is currently the UK's #1 professional bodybuilder. Unfortunately, he isn't here at the moment because he is over in Kuwait prepping for the Arnolds. However, I'm still excited to come in here because this was like the original gym in the UK to start getting the Panata kit, and as you can see, everyone has kind of followed suit. So we're going to be hitting legs today. I've not trained legs using the Panata equipment before. I do think they've got a few other bits as well, so we're super excited to get in there. I've been in the car for quite a while now, but we can see if they've got any pre-workout because I need a little bit of a kick. We're going to go and smash up some legs, but I'm excited. Make sure guys, you subscribe to the channel because this content is just next level. Right, let's go in there. So, exercise number 1. As always when training legs, I always like to warm up using a leg extension machine. So here we use the Panata Leg Extension. They also do have an ASHA leg extension, but the shin pad actually isn't fixed. It moves around, which for me I don't really personally like. So the Panata one for me was the leg extension of choice, and we did 5 sets, anywhere between 12 to 20 reps, just to get as much blood into the quads as possible before we moved on to some squats. So we built up to 200 kilos this was, and we managed to get 5 reps, which was actually exactly the same as what I got in my last workout. It's always difficult when you're kind of looking to progress in lifts when you're training in different gyms because I get quite excited and I like using machines that I've never used before. Therefore it's very difficult to gauge what weight you normally use, so the workouts are never going to quite be as good or as hardcore as when you're kind of training in the gym you use all the time and you're used to using the same machines. But it is good to kind of use different machines, hit different angles, hit different fibers that you wouldn't normally hit when you use the same kit all the time. Now this leg press was one of my favorite leg presses I think I've ever used. It's the Panata Leg Press. As you can see, there's not a load of room on here for plates. So I was trying to keep it nice and controlled, and was doing anywhere between 15 to 20 reps. However, it's just a smooth operating machine. It's a smooth operator. It is beautiful. Definitely recommend trying out the Panata Leg Press. Again, it's probably one of my favorite leg presses I think I've used for that reason. It's just very smooth. We actually tried one of the fixed leg presses as well, as you can see Lucy perfectly demonstrating. Now I'm not gonna lie, we actually got this way wrong to start off with. I'm used to the Techno Gym leg press where the foot plate stays the same and the seat moves. So when we went on it, we was expecting the foot plate to be stationary and the seat to move. So it was quite taken back when it was actually the foot plate that moved. But it's got a really nice smooth angle on this, and it actually hits the quads really, really nicely. I find it just by slowing the tempo down a little bit and trying to get a nice squeeze on the quads at the top. It's a really nice movement to use, and it's not something I'd normally used before. I always prefer the plate loaded, but as it was there, we've never used it before. It would be rude not to do a couple of sets on this, but yeah, I actually really like this. I don't usually like pin loaded bits of kit, but I must say this one was the exception. Next, as you can see, Lucy perfectly demonstrating some glute kickbacks. Not gonna lie, didn't do this one myself. My booty is peachy enough, but I also think Lucy's booty looks pretty peachy here. Lucy always likes to try out the glute machines, so this one was at the Panata Gluteus Kickback, I think it's called, something like that. Here it is. Oh no, Master Gluteus. So I was actually focusing more on hamstrings rather than my gluteus. So we used the single leg curl, and again, these machines you don't need to use any particularly heavy weight. And normally you tend to find on these machines that the weight kind of drops off at that peak contraction at the top. However, this one's quite nice and you actually kind of get that full contraction throughout the whole of the movement. So I actually really like this single leg curl. It was pretty nice and comfortable to use. It's also really simple as well to move from one leg to the next, because that little like knee pad, it literally just slides over. Sometimes you've got to pull pins out, move it over, lock pins in, and it makes it quite difficult to move from one side to the other. Whereas this one, it just slides over perfectly, and it's really nice, really easy to use. Also notice I really like the plates in this gym as well, and they're all matching. They've got the little like blue on it as well, which kind of matches the gym. So all of the plates in there all match and they look really, really cool. So just a little attention to detail that I like there. Now this machine here I actually didn't like. The reason being is because my back is absolutely battered at the minute, especially from doing a 3.5 hour drive. So because I never had that support on my core, which normally you'd get, it just caused my lower back so many issues. But that's just because I'm injured. I find that if I didn't have that lower back issue at the moment, this would be absolutely spot on, because it puts you in a really good position. I would have just liked that kind of support through my core, so I didn't have to kind of utilize my lower back. And last but not least, as always, because I'm trying to make these goddamn calves grow, which they are getting a little bit bigger, we did a couple of sets on the toe press. So this one was actually the standing Arsenal calf raise, and as you can see, there's actually like a little indentation in the pads where your shoulders sit. So usually on these machines you slide back a little bit, but this one kind of keeps you in that position so you can't slide back on the pad. It was absolutely unbelievable. I really like this, as well as the Jim Leco one, which I didn't get any clips in, but that was also a sick calf raise machine. Right then, so our verdict and review on the Prophecy Performance Centre Gym in Liverpool, aka the Northwest Mecca. So we'll kind of start from the outside and work our way through and kind of give you the pros and the cons of our experience of training at Prophecy. So to start off with, parking is always essential for a gym, and we had a humongous van. So huge. I was a little bit nervous before going there because I wasn't sure what the location was like, but thankfully they have ample of parking, so parking is not an issue. So ticking the box for parking. Also, another positive is the postcode actually takes you directly to the gym. Because sometimes when gyms are on these like industrial estates, literally we've driven around for like 10-15 minutes before trying to find out where the actual gym is. So accessibility and parking, perfect. So, going into the gym, first impressions. What's the first thing that hit you when you walked into reception?
There was a bit of a strange smell.
There was. I think because of the location of where like the toilets are sat above the reception area, I don't know if you kind of had some kind of plumbing issues or something like that on the day. I don't know if this is a thing that always happens or not. I've worked at gyms before where the plumbing system isn't very efficient and you always kind of have that horrible smell. So I don't know if it was just a one-off or whether it's a constant issue. However, I'm extremely sensitive to bad smells. In fact, I'm an absolute wuss when it comes to bad smells. So yeah, I was struggling in the reception area with that smell.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe it was just a one-off, a bad experience when we experienced it. But that was the only thing really, wasn't it? But other than that, it was quite nice. They've got a full range of supplements in there. They've got the clothing range in there. They've got like a nice, cool, chill-out area, which is quite nice. I quite like the branding in there as well, with the prophecy sign on there. So the reception area is pretty nice once you get past the smell. But the main thing is the actual gym itself. Now, for me personally, I absolutely loved it because they have such a good variety of gym equipment in there. I thought in my head that it was all Panata. I don't know why. However, when you actually get in there, they've got all the Panata kit. They've still got some of the Arsenal strength kit, which is very rare to find in the UK. And they've also got a company called Gym Leco, which is a Swedish company, which I've never ever seen in my whole entire life. And I had to play around with a few of their machines, especially that seated calf raise machine at the end.
That's amazing.
It was probably the best seated calf raise machine I've ever used in my whole entire life.
It's on a lot.
Yeah, I've been on a lot. I've been trying to get these calves to grow. So every time I go into a gym, hashtag calves every day. So I've probably used the majority of calf raise machines. And that one for a little compact seat, because that's what I want to get for my gym, it was absolutely perfect. Like, I don't know how it works so well with the angle on it, because normally like the angle's upright, where the angle's quite, how would you describe that? It's quite angled. Is that the technical term? Yeah. So no, that was absolutely sick. But I think like the aesthetics of the gym, did you like the blue?
Yeah, I like the blue. Thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it. Like, for me, blue's not really my favourite colour. I'm more of a black, grey and red person, but I like the fact, again, that they've thought about the aesthetics of the place. Because a lot of gyms where you go and they've got lots of different branded kit, you tend to find that, you know, they kind of keep it to the original kind of colours, etc. So it looks very mismatched. And for someone like me that's got serious OCD, I don't like that. It kind of throws you off a little bit. But I thought it was really good that they've kind of upholstered and sprayed and got all the equipment to look exactly the same. I do have one negative about the gym. And maybe this is just me, I don't know if anyone else is exactly the same. But comment down below and let me know if you agree or disagree with this next comment. But the two squat racks do not have mirrors in front of them. So for me, I absolutely hated squatting in those racks because I like to make sure that my body positions align. I like to make sure I'm getting the depth of it. So to not be able to see myself squatting was very foreign and felt very, very strange.
And you were slightly on the wonk.
I was. I'm always on the wonk when I squat because I've got such a dodgy back. So I pulled the left-hand side of my back a couple of months ago. So it does affect, you know, my ability to squat, etc. Because I'm always trying to overcompensate for that left-hand side. So I need a visual mirror to make sure that I am balanced. So that for me was just horrendous. However, I know powerlifters don't want mirrors because when they're actually in powerlifting competitions, you don't have mirrors when you're doing a show. So I don't know if it's because there's more of a powerlifting scene there. I don't know.
But there weren't enough squat racks.
No, definitely not enough squat racks. Need a few more squat racks because there's only two. And Lucy's actually using one of the squat racks. It's quite a funny story. And some young chap came and said, "Oh, I've got one more set." He actually dumped his stuff on the rack, like his water bottle and keys and stuff, and just stood on the rack waiting for Lucy to finish her set, which made you feel pressurised to finish it. She finished her set, and what did he do? Bicep curls. I actually think another guy came over and actually kicked him off because he actually wanted to do something proper on there. But they've got a really good selection of fixed barbells in a rack that no one was using, yet he wanted to do barbell curls in a squat rack that doesn't even have a mirror, so you can't even look at yourself. So I have no idea what was going on there. But yeah, I think definitely because we trained like midday, wasn't it? About 1 o'clock. And it was pretty busy. So I definitely think at peak time they'd probably need a couple more racks. But it's difficult to know what to do with the size because they've got such a good selection and variety of machines and that. It is awesome. Like, I was literally like a kid in a candy shop. So I do my workout. Then normally I'll go around and look at all the other machines and just have a little play around with them. But
they could probably put a few bits upstairs, I think, because there's loads of space upstairs.
Yeah, possibly.
So you could make a bit more room for a squat rack.
The upstairs area is
Go
actually...
on, Nathan.
The upstairs area is actually really cool because it's quite easy to kind of label it as like a hardcore bodybuilding facility, but upstairs it's actually a little bit softened. So they've got like the sled push-pull track, so they've got some cardio bits up there, a little bit of functional stuff, some light dumbbells as well up there. So it's quite nice that they've kind of thought about that softer area for people that might feel intimidated training in a busy gym with lots of machines, lots of heavy weight, where you can actually go upstairs and it's probably a little bit more comfortable for people breaking themselves in. So I actually thought that was really good. So you probably want to I would keep it like they've done it. I wouldn't personally put anything else up there. But again, gyms are all personal preference. Everyone likes their own kind of individual thing. And that's why we always say there's no such thing as a perfect gym. It's just what's perfect for you or what's best for you.
Ultraflex Leeds is pretty perfect.
You love Ultraflex Leeds, don't you? She's obsessed with Ultraflex Leeds, and we are going to go to Ultraflex Rotherham as well because that is the next gym on the hit list. But overall, I thought it was an extremely good gym. Really enjoyed it. We're being very picky when we're trying to find the faults, i.e. the smell when you walked in, no mirrors in front of the squat racks. But other than that, I can't really think of anything else to knock.
Protein shake.
Protein shake.
You're
better at this than me. I need to just shut up, don't I? So, again, this is me being very, very picky. But I am picky. You've got to be. So, I bought a protein shake after my workout, which we tend to do. It was blended, but it was made with like lukewarm water, so it was absolutely gross. I had no other proteins, so I had to drink it. And I'm hardcore as fuck as well, aren't I? So I had to drink it. But for me, personally, and in most other gyms, throw some ice in there, because a bit of ice in a protein shake, when you blend it, it just enhances the whole protein shake experience, doesn't it? So yeah, well remembered. Ice in the protein shakes is a must. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good gym, really enjoyed it. If you want to go to a gym and try out some of like the best equipment in the world, like such a good variety of gym equipment, you definitely need to go and check it out. It was awesome for that reason. For me, the main thing I look at when I go to a gym is the equipment. You know, I'm not really massively bothered about all the other bits and bobs, but obviously we mention it for the purpose of the video because I know some of that stuff is relevant to other people and also Lucy. I just want some decent weights and some decent machines that work well, function well, and it's clean and tidy. And it did all those things for me, so it was perfect for that reason.
Just want it to be pretty.
You just like it to be pretty. You just like it to be pretty. But other than that, guys, that is the end of this video. End of another review. That is number 10. Okay? Stay tuned for some more, because I've actually already recorded another one that I'm going to edit in a minute and get that uploaded as well. We are banging out the content like no tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Comment down below if there's any other gyms you want us to check out. And until next time, peace.